During a meeting in Brussels on Friday, European Union defense ministers urged Ukraine's allies to fulfill their commitments regarding weapon systems to aid Ukraine in its ongoing conflict with Russia. Meanwhile, Ukraine's foreign minister called on Britain and the United States to remove restrictions on the use of their weapons against targets within Russia. This informal gathering marked the defense ministers' first meeting after the summer break, and they emphasized that military support for Ukraine remains a top priority. Estonian Defense Minister Hanno Pevkur remarked that Ukraine's recent operations in Russia's Kursk region are progressing positively, but he noted that Ukraine is constrained by a lack of necessary weaponry. He urged his counterparts to follow through on their promises of military aid. In line with this, Dutch Defense Minister Ruben Brekelmans announced that the Netherlands is nearing the delivery of Patriot missile defense systems to Ukraine. While he refrained from providing a specific timeline to avoid alerting the Russians, he assured that the delivery would occur soon. The defense ministers also addressed the recent crash of a US-made F-16 fighter jet. Ukraine's Air Force reported on Thursday that one of the F-16s received from Western allies had gone down. Swedish Defense Minister Pål Jonson commented that such incidents are not unusual during wartime and did not view the crash as particularly alarming. According to Ukraine's military, the F-16 crashed on Monday while engaging in defense against a significant Russian missile and drone assault. Tragically, the pilot lost their life in the incident, marking the first loss of an F-16 in Ukraine since their arrival at the end of July. Ukraine's Air Force Chief, Mykola Oleshchuk, shared on his Telegram account that a preliminary report regarding the crash has been sent to the United States, which is assisting in the investigation. At a Pentagon briefing on Thursday, Deputy spokesperson Sabrina Singh stated she was unaware of any requests for assistance from Ukraine, but directed inquiries to Ukrainian officials. Meanwhile, Ukraine's foreign minister, Dmytro Kuleba, who is also attending the EU defense ministers' meeting, is advocating for EU member states to pressure Britain and the United States to lift restrictions on the use of donated long-range weapons against legitimate targets deep within Russia. Both Britain and the United States have imposed limitations on Ukraine's use of long-range missiles due to concerns about escalating the conflict. Earlier this year, U.S. officials permitted Ukraine to target locations inside Russia in response to Moscow's offensive against Kharkiv, but other restrictions remain in place. Kuleba expressed optimism that permission would be granted for such actions and that the necessary weapons would be delivered. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell, who spoke alongside Kuleba, voiced his support for lifting these restrictions and urged EU members to advocate for Britain and the US to do the same. Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov is scheduled to meet with US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin at the Pentagon on Friday, where this topic is expected to be discussed. As fighting continues in Ukraine, local authorities in the northeastern city of Sumy reported that a Russian strike on Friday resulted in the deaths of 2 women and injuries to 8 others. The city's prosecutor general's office indicated that the airstrike caused a fire, prompting regional officials to advise residents to remain indoors and close their windows. The attack targeted a factory that produced packaging for baby food, juices, and household items. Sumy is located just across the border from Russia's Kursk region, where Ukraine launched an offensive on August 6th, aiming to establish a buffer zone within Russian territory, among other objectives.